And the thing that I'm most ashamed of is that I have sexually messed around with almost all of the adult members in the group, even some of the females, and I'm ashamed of myself for it.
I don't have sex. It's not funny. What the f are you laughing about? It's actually sad.
It's funny.
Come on, if you don't laugh, you are going to cry.
I had a friend on the bus. He would always try to get me to do drugs, so obviously I declined every single time. But the last time that he asked, I took the offer because I had been feeling particularly awful. So I ended up doing PC.
Professional help does help. At least it did in my case. Let me tell you, it is very painful to put on a mask every day just to be accepted. I don't do it anymore. I don't subscribe to that way of life. My entire friend group in VRChat, I met at a strip club while I was sitting there dancing on the pole as I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, because that's what I like to do. I like to make people laugh and entertain them. And let me tell you, has that been just a freeing experience?
Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing.
Cheated on my first boyfriend, which he didn't deserve it at all.
You cheated on someone?
Yeah, that was the first and only time I did, though. Everyone else since then has cheated on me, so it's been karma.
Watch out. There are two things. First, I'm autistic. I'm ashamed of that. Second, I'm a ginger in real life, so it's very difficult being called a human tampon sometimes.
And you could say a prostitute at one point, because I was like doing it with a lot of people, but I realized what I was doing and how it made me feel, and then I kind of just steered myself away.
So I've been struggling a lot with confidence, and I would say like to the people who struggle with like their confidence too, don't be sorry for like something you like. Like I know a friend, we were talking like about music and stuff, and he was always like, sorry, oh, my music taste is kind of weird. Don't be sorry for something you enjoy if you're not hurting someone, but don't be sorry for that. Like if you're enjoying VRChat, be proud of it. If you're enjoying weird kind of music, then be proud of it. Show it to the world. Like it's your identity.
I ended up taking the PCP, like getting really like kooking out on the bus, and when I got home and whatnot, I don't remember much that happened once I got home, but I remember what happened when I woke up. I woke up butt naked with a bead pillow between my legs with my door open. So pretty much my whole family was just like, what's up?
Oh.
What happened last night?
What?
I think I'm too old to be ashamed of anything anymore. I'm in my mid-30s. There is a lot of trying to conform when you're a certain age, and then when you get old enough, you realize, you know what, I'm happier being me, and I'm not here to make friends with the world. I'll just be real, I'll just be kind, I'll be polite. Not everybody is going to like me, and I'm okay with that.
By all means, I'm not confident, but it's just, I don't take shamefulness to heart, because if it's something that involves other people, I know that they won't remember it, so I shouldn't remember it either.
Some people are depressed and they resolve it by coming on here and speaking to people because they feel lonely and they don't know how to express themselves in real life, so they express themselves a lot better in here because no one can see how they look, no one can judge them on anything except their personality, and if people like your personality, that's all that really matters.
I got kicked out of the group and everything for other issues, but I'm pretty sure that contributed to it. And then I became petty, and they have new members in the group, and I turned around and made friends with the new members and did it with them because I'm petty. Would I do it again? Hell, it was, yeah, I mean, most of them are pretty hot anyway, so it's whatever. I still mess around with some of them.
Don't make fun of someone because of their personality or things that they do. Just be you and don't make fun of anyone that tries to make you be different.
I have a fear of talking to people, so this makes it a lot better.
Right now would be not living up to what I could be, I have the resources and I have the time to kind of go out and do something, but I just don't.
I'm most ashamed of letting my physical health dwindle and just go to trash all because I got depressed.
Don't be a simp in VRChat. Don't be a simp.
Yeah, don't be simps. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Or if you're a simp, at least give me money, I'll keep pay for them.
All things you can say.
I mean, more questions. It was fun. Give me more. Give me more.
The reality is when you've had some life experiences, when you've gone through some trauma, when you've had bad stuff come your way and you've overcome it, you start to see that some things really don't matter. It puts a lot of stuff into perspective, and this feeling of feeling ashamed is very disabling, because if you are feeling that you should be ashamed of something, that's not necessarily coming from you. That's coming from how people are making you feel about yourself.
Nothing in this world is as bad as it seems. games, you'll eventually get over most of your issues. Just act as if they're a speed bump in life. Just get over it and keep going.
Like, I have social anxiety. I'm sitting here shaking right now because I don't know any of you that well. I'm pushing through it though.
Hey man, slow down. You've got to figure out why you feel these things, why you think these things, why you think the way you do, why you feel the way you do. You got to sit there and really ask yourself, what makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you angry? You got to ask these questions and not just ask them, but answer them. And that's the hard part, is finding the answers.
There's obviously extent to some stuff, and there is some stuff that's happened in this game that I don't agree with at all. I use this game to help people who are depressed because I know how they feel. I can relate to someone. I'm a very relatable person. I've been through a lot of things myself personally. But it's hard to find genuine people, especially now in this time and era. A lot of people are fake. A lot of people lie. I try and change myself to try and be the person who is like that, who will come and see if you're okay.
I mean, it's the same for love as well, right? You know, you have people who can't understand why their relationships don't work, or they can't find out why they can't find love and stuff. You know, a lot of the times these people don't love themselves. So how can you love somebody else or expect somebody else to love you if you don't? And that's a very, very difficult thing to do if you're unhappy, or if you know, people are making you feel unworthy. And that's very, very sad. And it's a very much an individual journey that everybody has to go on.
Maybe it's a bad thing that I'm not ashamed of a lot. People mess up in life. I mess up and everybody messes up. Like, my parents messed up a lot.
So one time I got busted for a bunch of weed at my school, and I was sitting next to this girl, and I was talking to one of my friends next to her, and her dad was the principal. I was really mad at him at the time, so I said, you know, I sincerely hope that man gets hit by a bus or something like that. I'm 15. That's why I'm trying to cut it back a little bit, but you know, hitting it out of soda can in middle school.
No, like, I mean, we were together for like 3 months after the fact because I lied about it.
Damn, shitty.
So I kind of stretched it on for like 3 months. I know, but see, this was years and years ago. This was like 6 years ago. This was a long time.
Wow.
Well, the reason I did was because I was drunk, young, and stupid. But when people are completely sober and they do it, it's because they are very selfish.
I'd say just in certain situations, not be true to like what I believe and not who I am, and sort of like if I've ever kept my mouth shut when I probably felt like I shouldn't have, you know?
Well, I mean, I've always wanted to, like, it sounds weird, but I always wanted to, like, build my own little, like, you know, town, village type thing.
I didn't understand who I was at the time. You know, we're young, we're in high school, you don't really get all the feelings that you're feeling, you don't really understand what's going on up here yet, you don't have that maturity. I ruined relationships that, you know, I'll never be able to fix for the rest of my life. From now on, it's all honesty and being as true to myself as I can, because I don't want to be that person anymore.
I came on here just before COVID was a thing. I was working 7 days a week for a very long time. I don't really have good social skills. I don't have many friends, so I saw this as an alternative way of like leveling up my social meter, meeting some new people, making some friends. It made me realize that it's not about me needing to change to be able to socialize. It was more a question of not having the right social circles. So if you play on VR chat long enough, you'll see there's so many people on here on the autism spectrum or the ADD spectrum. There's just so many, because it's a very much a safe place to practice social skills.
I've done a lot of things that I'm ashamed of. Well, I had this friend. He was kind of a little too obsessive. I still feel bad about this though. I just ghosted him. I just feel bad because he was nice. He was a nice guy, but he was a little too obsessive.
What I will say too about VR chat in particular and the way people interact here is that it helps a lot that you can just be whatever you want. Maybe there's a character that you gravitate to. It's a really fucking wonderful experience to just hear people be them, because they're that confident now, because they can look in a mirror and say, hey, you know, I've got the strength and confidence of this character or whatever it is. Yeah, that makes me strong enough to share who I am. You want me to do it? You want me to do a handstand? Hold on, I gotta.
Alright, bro, I'm gonna hold you up, bro.
Alright, let's see if this works. Hold on. Hold me up.
I'm holding him up. I got you, bro.